Hi, I'm Allison Pickell with Coldwell Banker RPM Group, and I just wanted to start this month-long series about contract to closing and different elements involved in the process about what a realtor can do for you. The first is the actual real estate contract, how you get it under contract. So this is an example. There are 36 paragraphs in the contract, and all of them are related to different things, such as whether there is financing involved, and if so, what type of financing, whether it's a cash transaction, VA loan and FHA loan. All of those things have a factor on how the contract is going to go and how it's going to affect both the buyer and the seller. The agency who is representing the buyer, who is representing the seller, and loan cost. Are they each going to pay their own? Is the seller going to potentially pay some for the buyer? How does that affect the seller, if so, and their net proceeds? Earnest money, non-refundable deposit, title policy, survey, fixtures and equipment. Are there any that are going to go with the house? Did the buyer request some that the seller has to make a decision whether they want to leave or not? Is there a house that has to be sold for the transaction to go through? Does the buyer prefer a home warranty, or does the seller possibly have a home warranty on the listing? It's not always a given. Inspection. Are they going to take the 10 business days they have to do an inspection? And how does that process work? Seller's property disclosure, termite policy, lead-based paint disclosure. When is the closing date? And a very important part of the process, when will the buyer get possession? Is it immediately after both parties close, or is it a situation where there's going to be delayed occupancy and the seller is going to rent back from the buyer? These are all factors to consider. There are others as well, but as a realtor with a buyer or a seller, I help walk through the process and what it means to each party so that decisions can be made. Decisions by the buyer in writing a strong offer, and decisions for a seller in what their net is going to be and how the process looks like it's going to benefit them. And if they want a counter, I help craft that as well. So this is just a little tidbit for you about real estate contracts. If you have any questions about any of the features I mentioned or any others, feel free to direct message me, email me, text me. I am happy to help you with your real estate needs, and I'll be back tomorrow with another facet of contract to closing.